I made it out of clay. And when it's dry and ready, oh, dreidel, I shall play. Oh, dreidel, 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 I made it out of clay. And when it's dry and ready, oh, dreidel, I shall play. It has a lovely body with legs so short and thin. And when it gets so tired, it drops and then I win. Oh, dreidel, 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 I made it out of clay. And when it's dry and ready, oh, dreidel, I shall play. So hi, everyone. For those of you who are joining us in the Facebook page or somewhere else, welcome to our Hanukkiah Lighting. And if you're here, I want to thank you also for taking the time to walk to the center of town. We will have more dreidel verses to take care of in a moment. Is this the correct one? Are you good with that? Hanukkah. Okay, yes, Hanukkah. For sure, Hanukkah today. Today we are gathered to light the seventh light of our Hanukkiah. And I have to say, for those of you who I haven't had a chance to formally meet, I'm Cantor Ruth from Pasadena Jewish Temple and Center. And we've been just a few months ago relocated to this beautiful city of Sierra Madre. So I want to, number one, tell you that I'm totally proud to not only live here, thank you. Also to be, I'm proud that we have a Hanukkiah to light, that we are free to celebrate together all our holidays, whether it's Christmas or Hanukkah or anything else that you celebrate. And I really want to thank, number one, I want to thank Carol for being here and organizing this and taking care of all the details. Last year made this Hanukkiah, which is amazing. I want to thank Mayor who's here with us. And I want to tell you the story of what I learned from a wonderful, wonderful colleague and rabbi. So as it happens, we tend to light one light of the Hanukkiah every day, increasing the light. And I want to share with you a passage that I heard a long time ago. It goes like this. It comes from the Bible, from Genesis, first chapter. It says, the first act of creation, as recorded in the book of Genesis, was, and there be light. It says, and God said, let there be light. And there was light. But we know, based on the other narrations, on the other verses in our Bible, in our Tanakh, that that light was not the light that we talked about when we talked about the sun and the moon and the stars. It was called Or Aganuz, the hidden light. And if you think about it for a moment, there are many, many times when we find ourselves in dark times. Needless to say that this year has been a very traumatic and very unexpected and hard for a lot of people. We tend to lean on one another when we are having a hard time. And I want you to take a moment to think about the possibility of taking this Hanukkah season, this season of lights, to pause and to appreciate the blessings that you have in your life and to try to tap into your hidden light. We all are born with a spark of light that resembles God's light. And as we light tonight, the seventh Ner, the seventh candle of our Hanukkiah, I want to invite you to take a moment to bring from your heart and from your soul that light, that spark that connects you with life, and to share it with everyone else. So I've learned last year that this is not a very hard process. And I am going to now take the magic wand and light our Hanukkiah, our seventh light. Before we do that, I want to invite you to say the blessing with me. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu le'hadlik ner shel Hanukkah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam שעשה ניסים לאבותינו בימים בזמן הזה. We join together. מעוז צור ישועתי, לך נאה לשבח. תיכון בית תפילתי, ושבת תודה נזבח. נתין בפח, בצר המנבח. אז אגמור בשיר מזמור, חנוכת המזבח. אז אגמור בשיר מזמור, חנוכת המזבח. So now, as I promised before, we're gonna jump into the most famous and celebrated song of all kids when we come to Hanukkah, and I prepared samples of how we can make dreidels out of what. For example, I'm serious, this is kind of fun. Do you know that you can make a dreidel in your mind? You didn't know that. I'll share the story. I have a little dreidel, I made it in my mind. An imaginary dreidel is the hardest one to find. Oh, dreidel, 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 I made it out of clay. And when it's dry and ready, oh, dreidel I shall play. Now, who can tell me what did you make a dreidel out of? Ice? Ice. I think I have an ice. I am not sure I have an ice. I probably don't have an ice. You have a sand? I have chocolate. I have a little dreidel. I made it out of chocolate. But when I went to spin it, it melted in my booklet. Oh, dreidel, 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 I made it out of clay. When drain is dry and ready, oh, dreidel I shall play. Now I have one that I made. Hi, Linda, that I made out of air. I have a little dreidel. I made it out of air. But when I went to spin it, it wasn't even there. Oh, dreidel, 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 I made it out of clay. And when it's dry and ready, oh, dreidel I shall play. Now, who likes broccoli? You like broccoli? Good for you. Okay, I have a little dreidel. I made it out of broccoli. And when it was dry and ready, I fed it to my doggly. Oh, dreidel, 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 I made it out of clay. And when it's dry and ready, oh, dreidel I shall play. Anyone else?
Flour.
Flour? God, I don't have flour. I have a little dry, made it out of flour. And when it was dry and ready, I turn it into power. It looked like a dreidel, dreidel, dreidel. I made it out of clay. And when it's dry and ready, oh, dreidel I shall play. I have a little dreidel. I made it out of fudge. I did not share my dreidel, so please don't hold a grudge. Oh, dreidel, 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 I made it out of clay. And when it's dry and ready, and last but not least, I had a little dreidel. I made it out of bread. It looks so very yummy. I ate it up instead. Oh, dreidel, 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 I made it out of bread. And when it's dry and ready, oh, dreidel I shall play. Now, for those of you who know, I'm from Argentina, and I grew up with friends of mine who spoke Ladino. Ladino is a language that comes from Spain and Portugal. And so there's a Hanukkah song that goes like this. So I need you all to put your 8 fingers of the Hanukkiah up there. And I want you to connect them with the shamash in the middle. And I want you to point at the first one and go, Hanukkah linda está aquí, 8 candelas para mí. Repeat that after me. Hanukah linda está aquí, 8 candelas para mí. Now show me your first candle. Oh, una candelicas, 2 candelicas, 3 candelicas, 4 candelicas, 5 candelicas, 6 candelicas, 7 candelicas, 8 candelas para mí. Una fiesta voy a hacer con alegría y placer. Una fiesta voy a hacer con alegría y placer. Get ready. Oh. Una candelicas, 2 candelicas, 3 candelicas, 4 candelicas, 5 candelicas, 6 candelicas, 7 candelicas, 8 candelas para mí. Good job for those of you. Very nice job pointing at the candles. So as we conclude tonight's celebration here, I want you to remember that we're here virtually, but we're here together. We don't stop being a community because we can't see each other personally. We will hopefully pray and hope that soon we can gather without masks and be together and celebrate and hug and kiss of one another. But in the meantime, take the light of the Hanukkiah with you, share it with your loved ones, and I hope you have a wonderful holiday, Hanukkah Sameach, and wonderful, wonderful season. I'm sorry? Oh, yes, I have a reminder. For those of you who are a part of the PJTC community, tomorrow night we're meeting in the parking lot. If you haven't RSVP'd, there is still 1 or 2 more spots for you to bring your own Hanukkiah. And we're going to set up a bunch of tables so you can bring your own with your family. And if you don't feel like staying there, you can actually drive through and, drum roll, get a wonderful, wonderful sufganiyah, a jelly donut that the Men's Club is preparing for you. So I'll see you all tomorrow. Chag Sameach, and I'll see you soon. Thank you all for coming and joining us tonight.